Hi, Hannah here. I want to talk real quick about a question. A friend of mine posed a question that caught my eye, and I don't know why, but it really stuck with me, and I started to think about it, not just from a personal point of view, but also from the point of view of someone who works in customer service and marketing and sales, business, all of these different areas that I work in every single day. It really kind of stuck with me, and I've been thinking about it for probably a good 5-6 hours now. And I really need to get some thoughts out. So I want to talk about this today and get some thoughts from everyone else about this. So here's the question. Why is it easier to find defects rather than assets? This is how the question was posed. So my take on this, feel free, comment, start a discussion, start a debate, by all means. My take on this is it's easier now in 2018, in this day and age, to find the bad in something before we can find the good. We have been conditioned by news, by war, by world events, by all of these different things over the last 30 to 40 years, even longer than that, ever since World War II probably, but in the last especially 20 to 25 years in world media, to automatically look for the bad things. The headlines that catch our attention the most have to do with murder. People getting killed, world war, suicide, all of these specific catchwords and key phrases that catch our attention and loop us in. When you're scrolling on the internet and you're looking through a news site, BBC or whatever your local news is, New York Times, LA Times. I used to live in Prescott, so I still look at the Daily Courier in Prescott all the time. And even I'm guilty of it. The ones that catch my attention the most are the ones that deal with someone dying, someone getting hurt, someone getting arrested, all of these bad things. And we're drawn to it like moths to a flame because it's the way the world is now. It's very, very rare now that we find good assets in the world. And it's just, when something good does happen, it's so rare that we see it put out in the world. We see it on the internet. We see it on a newspaper above the fold, which is prime real estate on a newspaper page. We see it on Time magazine covers. It's so rare that we see amazing things being done in the world. Like People's 100 Most Influential People comes out once a year. They cover a few things that these people have done throughout the year that are amazingly influential. Scientists, actresses, actors, writers, philanthropists, doctors, lawyers, scientists. I mean, just 100 people. But it only comes out once a year. If you want to know more about what these people are doing, you have to go find their blog, find their page, follow them on Facebook, follow them on YouTube if they have a YouTube page, follow them on Instagram if they have an Instagram page. It's hard for us to find good stuff in the world now. In customer service. I work in customer service. I have a regular 9-to-5 job in customer service. I am what's called a CRR, a customer relations representative. Very catchy phrase there. But my job is dealing directly with customers. I handle customer complaints, customer orders, customer setup, sales. I do occasionally handle some marketing issues. I handle all of these different things within my office. It's me and my manager. We are a 2-man team. That's it. And so often I hear from my customers who are new coming to us from another company that it is nothing but bad about that other company. constant complaints, whatever it is, just constant complaints. Occasionally, we get it from our side, where maybe we did something wrong, and they do nothing but complain about us for some reason. And it gets out there into the world, and it just spreads like wildfire. Bad news spreads faster than good news. And that's just the way the world has been for decades. There's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just the way we're conditioned. And in today's day and age, with instant access to everything that's happening in the world, I mean, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of these different platforms that you can instantly post on, and it goes out worldwide. Worldwide, not just, within your little city. Worldwide. You can post pretty much anything about, whatever, within reason. But you can make a post, and you post it, it goes live all the way to Japan. Someone sees it, they repost it, and it just spreads like wildfire. It's like Twitter with the retweet button. Something gets retweeted 5,000 times, everyone in the world is going to see it 10 times, probably. And, some things that get retweeted are amazing things. They're good things. But some stuff that gets retweeted or shared on Facebook is, people getting into fights in McDonald's, or, people getting run over in the street, or whatever it is. So rarely do you see good things. It's just constant, bad, all the time. So, her question is, why is it easier to find defects rather than assets? And my only answer to her was conditioning. And it's just the way of the world, like Pavlov's dogs almost. The human race has been conditioned to look for the bad before the good. And I don't really have an answer to that. This is just my opinion. So by all means, comment, say something. This is just my opinion. This is how I see it. Every time I look at the news, I watch the news, I read a paper, all I see is more bad stuff happening. People getting arrested, people embezzling money, people killing people, people running over people, more terrorism plots. It's a constant state of, why do I not live in a cave in the mountains yet? Why am I still living in a big metropolitan city? Where's my head? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm super pessimistic about this world we live in. Maybe I'm overly negative. I don't know. It could just be my personality. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone sees things a little bit differently in the world. Nature versus nurture, that's the ultimate question, is how you see the world affected by how you were raised and what you're influenced by in your life. Do your ethics come into play? All of these different things can come into play in how you see the world and how you would answer that question. I personally think that over the years, because that's all we have seen, really, consistently since Desert Storm, for the most part, is just over and over and over, bad news. We may have had a few years in there where things were going pretty good there for a little while, and then bad news again. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just my own pessimistic opinion. But drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. I'd appreciate your ideas, your thoughts. Like I said, I'm open to debate. Give me some ideas. Give me some thoughts. Maybe I am just being too pessimistic. Maybe I need to talk it out and see if I can change my point of view. Thanks.